We are live. We are live on Facebook and on YouTube. So welcome, replay viewers. I appreciate you tuning in and watching this broadcast. Now, if you've not joined either, what do I want to say? Joined or subscribed or liked any of my pages or any of that, then please do that. You can find my Facebook page. It's facebook.com/Stan in Shields, middle initials. And I'm going to just put something up here that shows you that, which doesn't really relate to my Facebook page, but Stan in Shields. So it's middle initial. Lots of people get confused by that sometimes, but it is facebook.com/Stan in Shields. That's my Facebook page. I also have a small business group. It's called Small Office, Home Office Success Systems. And that is for small business owners, and I'm especially catering to local small business owners. And during this pandemic time, we're really trying to help some of these business owners not only see that there may be other options, but to maybe try and figure out how can they pivot their business to not only survive through these times that we're going through, but thrive through these times. And that is why I have Nancy Magurno on with me today to talk with me about not only surviving, but thriving. So Nancy, welcome.
Hello.
So Nancy, let's talk a little bit. I'll tell you what prompted this, Nancy, for me to invite you to come on the show. The very first thing is that we were in our Network in the North meeting, and I believe you made a statement to the fact that, or to the effect that Mary Kay or your business, I don't remember which one it was, is doing better now than it has done in 29 years or something like that. So Mary Kay is who you're with, right? And so what I want to do is maybe start off and let's have us tell us a little bit about you and maybe how you got started in Mary Kay.
Okay, that's always one of my favorite subjects. What can I tell you? No, I am now living in Las Vegas with my husband, who's retired, and my stepdaughter, who is not retired, and she's running her own business. And we've ended up here, and it's actually a pretty incredible journey. My background is actually occupational therapy, and I thought I would probably do that for all of my life because my mother did that, and she was a leader in the community and in the state of Illinois, etc. And I got a master's degree, got one of the best jobs in the Chicago area, and found out that I didn't like the job. I love the profession, still love the profession. The job was so not right for me. I went, what am I going to do? At that time, I was a single girl living in a condo up on the north side of Chicago where the cool people live. And I thought, I've got to do something. Well, I had been using the Mary Kay skincare for almost 10 years, since 1972. And
Wow.
ladies are telling me, you'd be great. And I said, I have a career. You'd be great. I have a career. But I said, you know what? I am going to do that Mary Kay thing. And if I'm going to have a home business, I want some tax deductions. So, because my father had taught me well about financial things. So I decided to start my Mary Kay business, not remembering that I didn't even wear lipstick. I love this hair. I had been a hostess because I really like people, but I certainly wasn't into that glamour stuff. How I went, oh gosh, what did I do? But here's the bottom line is I said, you know what? I want to do this. I want to get in and jump in and give it a shot and see. Some people really succeed. And I thought, well, I want to do something like that. So I did. I did learn how to do it. I learned how to do the makeup. And way beyond that, I learned about the culture of the company because it was much more than skincare.
Mm-hmm.
And I can go into some more about the things I've learned, but the journey took me so many places that I didn't know where I was going to go. I ended up supporting myself for 10 years. I supported myself as a single person in Chicago.
Oh, wow.
because I did a little bit of part-time occupational therapy in the beginning because it supported my minimum expenses. But I really jumped in and decided to grow the Mary Kay business.
Okay.
And it has served me so extremely well over the years. I ended up, well, the last 6 guys I've dated were because my customers or consultants fixed me up. That was fun. The last one stuck.
Okay.
So, and we are now celebrating our 25th anniversary.
Wow.
So it's been an amazing journey. So I got married late in life, started parenthood with a 14-year-old. That's interesting.
Yes.
And it's gone on and on and on. But here I am with 39 years now in Mary Kay. And I'm like, hey, who does that? I did.
39 years. Wow. So you're what they call a lifer then, right?
I think it seems like I definitely am a lifer. You bet.
That is fantastic. So now how has that journey been though? I mean, was it all straight up for you? Did you run into some challenges?
No. No. And it's funny, one of the first things that I got into learning early on, because I wanted to wanted to work from home, and I did well working from home. Not everybody does, but right. I've always liked working, which is kind of a crazy thing. And I always liked meetings. I mean, I remember when I was growing up, my dad would say, I'm going to a meeting. I went, I want to do that too. So I would go to meetings. I started with Girl Scouts, but I developed the skills, and I didn't know skills that I had, but I had skills about working with people. Certainly the background in occupational therapy helped me a lot by understanding how to assess the situation and to develop a plan. But working from home was a challenge. One of the things I learned was I had to get up and get out of bed every day. And these days in this environment, people are learning that. I'm like, no, I knew that a long time ago. Otherwise, I'd be in my pajamas at noon, and a customer would come by and would like, oh shucks, I forgot. And so that kind of thing didn't work. But even bigger than that, I learned a tremendous amount about emotional management. And it kind of didn't matter how many boyfriends I broke up with, how long I was going to boo-hoo. I had to get cute and get back on the phone. Maybe it was only for 5 minutes, but get back and book another appointment. Okay. And I need to go to those appointments with being totally in and totally involved with the people that were in front of me. And the ability to compartmentalize became a skill that to this day absolutely benefits me. So that's the biggest thing. And then the next stage of getting married and having full custody of a 14-year-old after 6 weeks of being married. Changed my life dramatically too. And
wow.
And managing the time and managing the balance. And for 4 years of high school before she went off to college, it was an amazing experience. Brand new marriage, brand new parenthood. It's like, okay. And then I had 4 years of managing my parents before they passed on. And nursing. So I mean, the balance and the ability to work in and around, but to keep working. Right. Keep the priorities straight of what do I need to do today? What's the bottom line? That ability to do those assessments and to keep the goals in place. I mean, those have been really lessons well learned, I think, at any rate.
That is phenomenal, and that is one of those things that really is a skill, I think, because many people, I know I've gone through some of those up and down times myself, with my mother having cancer and then a girlfriend having cancer and dealing with those. And it was really tough trying to balance business and the personal with all of that. And so when you've got, all of those pieces that are going on, it really does become a skill to have to try and keep those priorities straight and compartmentalize the different activities so that you get things done when you need to. And I can't say that I did wonderful at it. It was a learning experience. So
absolutely, absolutely. Are there failures? Yeah, or maybe not failures, lessons learned.
That's right. Lessons learned. That's what it is. There are no failures, just lessons learned, right? So tell me that statement again. And what did you mean by your business is doing better now than it had in 29 years or whatever?
Well, this last year was a year that I didn't see coming.
Who did? Nobody did.
Well, for many reasons, but in Mary Kay too. Yeah, I whole last year is like, no, seriously, what happened was I have a team, and the way Mary Kay is set up, my team followed me, from Illinois to Las Vegas, and because they're everywhere in the United States, and they are my team. I have a customer base also that I have the ability to continue to work with, and I work with that customer base in Illinois and developing a customer base here and in other places around the world, not the world, around the country. But what happened is the way the system's set up, all of a sudden a group of 32 consultants was handed to me last June, a year ago, June, in the St. Louis area. But their director decided to step down and retire with her husband, and so her people needed to go somewhere, so they ended up with me. Long story, not important, but all of a sudden, when I was really kind of stepping back and thinking, well, I think maybe I'll just slow down even more with my husband. God had a different plan. Mm-hmm. And so these people came into my life, and I embraced that. Mm-hmm. I went back to redeveloping the systems and getting my systems in place. How do I communicate with people? All the different ways now that you communicate with people. I still do postcards. I still write personal notes, believe it or not. I know, who does that? But of course, we have all these different ways, and now we've got Zoom and StreamYard and all these different things that we do. So, but developing those systems again and working with the systems that fell into place, because then I ended up, just as a side note, and talk about pivoting, I ended up just about a year ago ending up with a pretty severe case of vertigo. When I was planning to go to St. Louis and visit these new people that I didn't, but so I didn't get on a plane. And then in November I fell and broke my hip. And so it's been an interesting journey, and things have continued on. But you know what? I'm still here. I'm still here in my house. And so I worked with this group, and as I got to know them through Zoom, thank you very much, I found out there were some great people, and they wanted something more. So I said, okay, let's do it. All of a sudden, I became a better coach. I didn't know that I was that good of a coach, but that was one of the systems that I got into place, was weekly meetings and coaching, and doing entirely Zoom meetings. So that we ended up with having, I've been a sales director for 36 years. This is our best year ever. We sold over $300,000 in retail products this year. Okay. Had an extremely successful year. So I'm like, no kidding. I didn't think, with all of the stuff in my life and all the stuff going on in the world, that this would be happening. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Very good. Well, congratulations to you for that, because that is phenomenal. Now, you are one of those people that I see as a success story. We were talking about how this word pivoting is just being used more and more and more, and maybe even overused. I don't know. But you're one of those people that I see as someone who made the pivot, who embraced the technology, didn't run from the technology, embraced the technology, and you stepped up and you started using new things that you hadn't been using before, and doing new things that you hadn't been doing before. So tell us a little bit about that.
Well, and it's interesting because I have a YouTube channel. I actually have two of them. I had been doing YouTube training videos for 8 or 9 years. So because I got into a group of in Illinois, there was a group of us Mary Kay directors. We would sit down and we did some PowerPoint and whatever presentation. So I had gotten into doing this video thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's funny, recently I just pulled up a video for my consultants from 2013, and I said, look at this. I was saying the same thing then that I'm saying now. Keep going. But so on the one hand, I had already developed some skills in trying to be personable and get in front of the camera. On the other hand, understanding technology has been a challenge. I mean, I could get the camera thing. I have a tripod and the whole business, but understanding Zoom and even comprehending StreamYard, and who knows what's going to come in the next 6 months, and there will be stuff. We all know there's going to be more and more. The Google and free conference call, they all are doing all these different things that are enticing us to make life even easier. I'm thinking that at this point in life, because my team is so all over the place, and even my customer base, I will probably be permanently doing Zoom. And video kinds of conferences. I have email service that I use where I can do a little video and do a text message, and I send those out once or twice a month to my customers, sometimes even weekly to my team. So yeah, the technology has become my friend, and I'm like, and not everybody is into that. I'm like, really? I'm always surprised. I said, but there's something new, and it's like kind of exciting. But and then I get a lot of help. Thank you, Stan.
You're welcome. It amazes me when I see some of the people that will still say, oh no, I don't do any of that stuff, or I don't do computers, or I don't do what, and I just say, how can that be in this day and time? That how do you get along without all of that? But it comes down to those of us that embrace the technology and we figure out how to use it to then move forward and deliver our message, or be able to communicate with our team or our customers or any of that. Those of us that do that, then great, we're going to keep right on moving. Whereas the others are probably going to be the casualties of all of this. So,
and they are, so I have been. Mary Kay was 9 years old, the company, when I started using the product, and now it's 57 years old. There are people friends of mine that have been with Mary Kay longer than I have, and there is a group that will not get into the computer, that they don't do that, and the customers don't do that. So there's still certainly the value in the handwritten note, etc. But you're right, the casualties are happening more and more. We have to embrace this.
Yeah, we do. All right, so now you are, as we kind of start to wrap up a little bit, you are also hosting events right now. Speaking of Zoom, you have a regular event that you do every Saturday, right, on Zoom. Tell us a little bit about that.
Right. Well, one of the decisions I made actually just last month was about defining my time and so I could settle in somewhere in this last 6 months, 8 months of chaos of like whatever. So I have a team meeting with my team every Tuesday, and then every Saturday at noon on Pacific time, I am doing a presentation, and it's going to be some kind of a product presentation with a little bit, of course, of introduction to the business opportunity. It's very low key and fun. My idea is, let's just have some fun. For instance, this Saturday I'm going to be we have 6 skincare programs. I'm going to be presenting 2 of them. Okay, and just, we don't have samples. You won't be trying the product. It's just an opportunity to be introduced to the research that's available, the company itself, kind of. It's like, how does this company work? Where do they get their products? How does the whole system work? So that's going to be it. The following week, and probably every other week, I'm going to be doing bingo, Mary Kay bingo, and that's really a lot of fun. So I am encouraging my consultants to get onto Zoom and learn how to do what I'm doing, but also to encourage my customers customers and their customers to join in from all over the country. So that's my big focus right now, is my Saturdays at noon Las Vegas time.
Okay. Now, how would people be able to find more info on that if they wanted to join you for that? And
Okay,
here's
well,
your
then
info. I've got this.
contact me, because I will give out the code when I know who's coming. It's not
Gotcha.
just open to everybody.
Okay.
So yeah, you can see the banner, and it's my telephone number and my email address. You can contact me through marykay.com. It's marykay.com/Nancy Magurno. And there is a way to do that. It's probably easier just to do the texting or phone number or my email.
Okay. So that phone number is your mobile number, right? And they can text to that number or call that number, correct?
Correct. Absolutely.
Okay. So now you said something that triggered another thought as you were talking about this event, and that is that you're not necessarily having samples, or people aren't trying makeup at this Saturday event. How is all of that going in terms of, because Mary Kay is known for having a party or some other kind of an event, and people get to try stuff, and you do put on makeup and do whatever you do, right? So they get to try the items before they actually buy them. So how's all that working now?
Well, actually, a lot of people are doing samples, and what they do is they reach out to people through Facebook or Instagram or however they want to do it. They reach out to people and say, I will send you a swag bag of products.
Okay.
And then on such and such a day, we're all going to get on Zoom, but you'll be in your own home trying your own products. I don't get that complicated. Somehow or other, I kind of like going, hey, let's get together tomorrow. Well, tomorrow is too late to get the samples to someone. So I'm going, well, let's just get together tomorrow, and I can tell you about the products. And then if you want to try them, we have 100% satisfaction guarantee. Give it a shot.
Mm-hmm. So there, to me, okay, with that, I think there is a mindset shift that has to happen there. Okay. And that mindset shift is that, we think we get into the habit of believing, oh no, I have to be able to give them samples, right? Versus, no, you don't really have to give them samples, right? So I imagine that's what you and some of your team are discovering.
Well, and they do both. And I mean, a lot of them are simply much more comfortable doing the samples. Mm-hmm. I don't have much of a local customer base either, and they do. So they can go drop off something in a mailbox or at someone's front door and drive around and do that. So the situation is somewhat different too. I mean, it's fun with the samples. It's a great idea. I tend to give samples afterwards. If they get on the call, then I'll send them a packet of samples for fun.
Oh, there you go. Good. All right. That is awesome. You know what? I want to thank you for coming on and sharing today with your story, because, and one of the things I'm noticing is that it seems that a lot of network marketing businesses have really done well during this pandemic. And many of them that thought they couldn't do well online are doing well online, right? So
very much.
Network marketing is a great way to go, and it's a great way to start a home-based business. And there's just so many network marketing companies out there that you can find something that fits with you and your personality, right?
Absolutely. I mean, of course, I'm very, very dedicated to Mary Kay, the company. I feel like it's a very unique culture. And I was trained by Mary Kay herself.
Oh, really? And, that's pretty cool.
That was in 1984 when I became a sales director. I was like right there. And she was an amazing woman with a vision that was way beyond her time, for sure. But this is a culture that I think is a very safe culture. Very
good. Very good. Well, once again, thank you very much for coming on and doing the interview with me. I appreciate it. You're helping me fill up some time slots here for me to come out and talk to people more and just start to put myself out there more with the video and so forth. So I appreciate that. So we've got your info scrolling across the bottom. But if people wanted to find you on Facebook, how would they find you?
Facebook, again, it's I'm trying to remember. Oh, you know what? It's got my maiden name in there because I got married so late in life. Nancy, Goold, Gould.
Okay, Nancy Gould. Yeah.
Nancy, it's Goo though. It's not Gou. It's Goold.
Okay.
But I have a special group if people are interested in joining. It's called Wonder Women Work Here. And it's a special Facebook group. It's a closed group, but we have a lot of fun. And that's where, if people are interested in checking that out, I do, could put that up here. Wonder Women
Work Here.
Okay.
Cool. That's a Facebook group, right?
It's a Facebook group, and it's a private group.
Okay.
And,
So
we have a lot of interaction, a lot of fun, and I throw in some specials.
Okay. That is fantastic. So Wonder Women Work Here. That is excellent. Good. All right. So as we wrap up, thank you again for watching, for watching us on the replay. If you joined us live, thank you for joining us live during this call. I appreciate Nancy coming on and talking to us and sharing her story and how things are going with her. Once again, if you have not joined or liked my Facebook page, I'm going to switch out the banner and put this here. So it's facebook.com/Stan in Shields. And you could check out my small business group. It's Small Office, Home Office, Success Systems. And then on YouTube, if you have not subscribed to my YouTube channel, please subscribe to the channel. And if you liked what we did on this video, then be sure to like the video. Give it a thumbs up for us. Okay. So once again, thank you again, Nancy. And hang on. We're going to end our broadcast, but hang on and we'll chat for just a minute. Okay.
Thank you.
Perfect. All right. Take care, everybody. We'll see you next time.